Now, Sir Ivan, if you will press this switch over, when I say now, that will open our station. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Thank you very much.
I love that intro. Good afternoon, everybody. How is everyone? So, my name's Penny. I am doing my almost daily stream this week. Excuse me. Yes, hello, everybody. So I've just reduced the name of the stream now. Instead of doing it, Coach Driver Does Diamond Painting, it's now CDDDP. So it might be a bit easier. Disclaimer before I begin. First of all, this stream is kindly sponsored by Smith Beads. Smith Beads can be found at www.smithbeads.co.uk for all of your diamond painting needs and more. They even have this wonderful, awesome, we tried it out yesterday. They sent me a magnetic charger cable that goes all lights up, but you can't see it because I've got too much lighting on. It comes a little cable on the end which plugs into your device, and then I'll show you on my other phone. So basically you put one end in your device, and then you've got this end here which has just a flat end, and it just hooks on like that. And my phone doesn't make a noise because it's fully charged. But unfortunately, they only do the mini USB, and most of my devices are C chargers, except for my R2D2, which is now charging up with magnetic. But he's not making a noise today. I think he's a bit grumpy because I've left him off charge for so long. So he's probably gone, oh, you left me for so long. No, I don't want you anymore. So anyway, the other disclaimer is that I am streaming live. The show can get a little bit longer, unlike my pre-recordeds where I can take all day and I can edit them. So I may be doing things that you may not approve of. I may have a sip of coffee. I may eat chocolate. I might eat non-chocolate. I might eat edible things. I might smoke a cigarette. The only thing I won't do on my channel is anything illegal, because I don't partake in illegal things. So yeah, I may do the odd thing. I may even swear. I don't know. I don't care that it's 2 PM, because you could be watching this after midnight, in which case it's okay to swear after midnight. But I will make a conscious effort to keep it cleaner. We also what's the word I'm looking for? We frown upon distasteful and unrespectful things. So if somebody makes a comment that you don't agree with, just respect that it's an opinion. Your opinion may vary. You can tell I was discussing things with someone yesterday about rules on a certain thing. The phrase we came up with is that if somebody's opinion varies from yours, doesn't mean that they are right or wrong. It's just that they have a different opinion. So, unfortunately, no Natasha today. Natasha is doing, we'll just say, other things. She may be joining us a little bit later, may not. So, I have today got something really, really exciting to show you. So, as you all know, I'll get all the non-DP stuff out of the way first. So, as you know, I do other videos as well, and I do the fire truck. And I've done a few more stages of the fire truck. I've now finished filming stage, the 7th pack. And I need to show you this. So this isn't coming out for another month yet. But I have got to share this with you. So the end of pack 7, you put everything, start to put things together, and all the electronics come together. and you get to test them. And I want to show, I actually thought it failed. This is big spoilers. I do apologize if you know, so if you put your ears, if you don't want to watch it. So I tested it and the horn worked, and then I pressed some other button and it just stopped working after that. So I thought, oh no, the whole thing's frazzled. And then I had a little look in the circuit board, and there's like a little connector that hasn't got a proper connector. It's just 2 pins. And then I looked, the connector was connected to the wire. And I thought, well, maybe had I put that in earlier on and pulled it out and it snapped the box off. And I thought, oh, let's just go for it. Change the batteries, and this is the result. So big spoiler, this is 39 seconds long. If you don't want to see the spoiler, if you want to wait till the 17th of October when the video comes out, switch your sound off now. And yeah, just, you know, so here it is. So that's the indicators on, blinkers, whatever you want to call them. Headlights are on. Now this bit now I struggle getting, the buttons are so hard to reach. So you hear me almost swear. But here comes the best bit. So that works. I'm well chuffed. So yeah, so I did a little video of it. I need to get rid of this before it plays the next video. So yeah, well chuffed with that because it works. And that's always your biggest fear. When you build a part work, you do the early stages and then you get about halfway or 3/4 of the way through, and then it's time to test things. Now, by the time you get to the stage where you've got to test it, if there's a problem, you've probably got to undo about 20 or 30 issues to get to wherever it's gone wrong. So it's just easier that it works. And touching wood, I know you can't see the camera, but touching wood, I've never had anything go wrong, whether that's because I've built things carefully or I've just hit the jackpot and just had lucky issues. I don't know. I need to give a big thank you as well to, I've forgotten who it is now, Sarah Mary Jane Emily Griffiths, who has very, very kindly bought something off my Amazon wish list. Now, I'm just going to stress, it doesn't look a big thing. Sometimes it's not the size of the item, it's how useful it is. She's picked up these, well, they're kebab sticks. But these are like, I call these premium cocktail sticks. If you do any scale modeling, etc., these are absolutely amazing. Bit of blue tack on the end, and you've got yourself a really nice little stand so you can paint things. For example, if you want to paint this wing, let me get one out. I don't want to open up. There's, you know, because it's got a little fork on the end, you can shove that up there, and now you've got something to hold. So I know these are only a few quid, but they're absolutely fantastic. They are an absolute godsend. I'm so glad I discovered these. So thank you so much. I have my Amazon wish list listed. I tried to put a mix of things. Some people are absolutely amazing and they buy some expensive stuff. A lot of people would buy expensive stuff if they could afford it, which is I try and put cheaper things on. But yeah, so thank you so much. That really was appreciated. I hope you didn't mind me mentioning it. I forgot to say, can I mention your name? But I hope I can, because too late now if I can't. So thank you very much to everyone who helps support the channel. Little things like that really do help a lot. Smith Speed says hi all. Mark Fitz says hello everyone. Now I've got someone called Facebook user. You're watching from the Smith Speed Facebook group. So I'll just explain things. I don't understand this, but you need to do some permissions. Otherwise, I only ever see you as Facebook user. It's the way that Facebook works. I know Mike understands it, and they tried to explain it to me so many times, and I don't get it. But whoever you are, hi. Also, I'll be reading out comments that you can't see. I'm broadcasting this to 2 Facebook channels or 2 first Facebook groups and my YouTube channel. You can only see the comments from other people that are watching on the same platform as you. So when I've just called out Smith Speeds and Mark Fit, the reason you can't see them on Facebook is because they're on YouTube. So if I call out strange comments, you'll understand why, I hope. So Love Min says, hi all. And then she says, I am still drinking coffee, Penny, 8 a.m. here. Love Minis, I'm still drinking coffee, and it's 2 in the afternoon here. I'll tell you what, I had a really, really nice sandwich today. I bought some, listen guys, you can't understand unless you've had them. The soft rolls they have in Scotland are absolutely amazing. And I nip down to the little bakers and I buy them. They're like fluffy little clouds. And they're really nice. And I just put a little bit of Cumberland sausage in, chopped up spring onion, bit of lettuce, I had Caesar dressing again today. And oh my God, they are amazing. And yeah, just fantastic. Love Min says, oh, Penny, give us some chocolates. Now, I'm going to shock you all now. Do you remember the chocolates I was eating yesterday on yesterday's stream? Well, I still have, look, 3 left. And I was a bit naughty. I had 4 of them for me breakfast. And I've still got 3 left. So Facebook user, Teresa, sorry, Penny, it's me. I thought I'd done the StreamYard thing. Okay, so I've gone through all that explanation when you already knew. Right, so as you can tell, I'm trying to put things off a little bit because I'm being pushed out of my comfort zone today. I'm going to be using a multi-placer, which is something that I've only ever attempted once before. I think I use a 9-placer. And I think the most polite way to put it was an absolute disaster. So I'm going to give it a go today. So I don't know what this is going to come out like. I have been doing a bit more work, as you can see, but I've saved you a nice space here. This is pure block. Apart from a couple of little spots, this is all the same. Can you see this blue coming down? It is practically all blue. So I'm going to be doing some multi-placing on there. What I've also done, nothing major. You know, I was working in squares running up at a diagonal. Well, I noticed that kind of forces this bit up high and this bit down low. So I thought I'm going to start coming in at triangle there and meet in the middle. That means I can push up my diamond painting a little bit more frequently, so I can get it in a better position and also a good working position. So if you notice that my arm, if you sort of swivel it, it's rather than having to work like that. And I've just got 100 messages come up at once. So I send messages and then people reply back when I'm on stream. And someone has just, thank you to Mike, who's advertising my group in the Smith Speeds group. So I do appreciate your help. And then we have Helen. How are you? Haven't seen you in ages, Helen. It's been too long. So afternoon to you too. So, right. So for those that may not have seen me before, I do use this. I've explained how to use it a couple of times. I probably won't be using it today. So if you haven't seen this and you want to know how it works, you're going to have to watch another day, I'm afraid. But today is all about a multi-placer. And I'm scared. I don't mind telling you. So I've used it once before. Now, I had this three thingy, whatever you call it, 3 multi-placer. We've run the theory. What's the word? What do you call it when you have a theory? Hypothesis that the reason it didn't work before was I jumped straight into a 9-placer. And maybe I need to be working on a 3-placer, then building up to a 5, then building up to a 9, you know. So we're going to do the 3-placer today, but I have found a 9-placer as well. Right. I'm sorry, I've got to read this. I've got to read this out because it's just, I'm a bit of a sarcastic cow, and I've just seen a message, and it said, I had a tooth out over a week ago under sedation. I don't remember a thing. And my first thought is, well, that is kind of the whole point of sedation, isn't it? If you could remember it, you weren't sedated enough. Sorry, that was really mean of me, but that's how my brain thinks. Oh, also, I got a development. Remember I was saying yesterday about that guy? I had this guy message me on Facebook, and we just sort of chit-chat, but I knew what he was after, but I wasn't, you know. But it got to a point where we were chatting, and I'm the kind of person, I don't sit there hanging on Facebook chat. You know, I get on with things, and I reply back when I've got a second. So you might send me a message, and you might get an immediate answer, and then you'll send me a reply, and then you might get a reply and say 5 minutes. You know, I don't know what I've done in that 5 minutes. I might have been to the toilet. I might have had a shower. I might have just thought, I don't really want to reply, whatever. Anyway, this guy had said, oh, are you busy? And I said, well, I just, you know, this and that. And anyway, he blocked me. And I just thought that was a really funny reason to block me. Well, he messaged me back again today. And he goes, are you on WhatsApp? Here's my number. Can I have yours, please? So I just put, afraid not, Buster. You blocked me the other day because I wasn't free enough for you. If I annoyed you, then fair enough. But you don't get to block me for having a life and then come running back at a later date. Don't get second chances with me. Anyway, I'm still trying to put this off. So, right, let's get on with some multi-placing, shall we? So I've kind of been practicing. Oh no, I've lost my boat. Oh no, I can't do any diamond painting. It means I can't do the multi-place. Oh, here it is. WhatsApp is a scammer's haven. Yeah, I don't. I got a funny. I mean, I don't know about scamming and stuff on WhatsApp, but there's a couple of groups I'm on WhatsApp for, but it's mainly work colleagues. I just, you know, it got to a point in the past where there were so many message systems. You know, you had one friend on MSN Messenger, then you had another friend on Yahoo Messenger, and then suddenly someone's discovered Facebook, and you had to install all of these different messaging platforms, and it just got a bit too much. And then they started coming out with these programs that could handle everything in one program. But Facebook's just become so popular that I don't know anyone that doesn't have Facebook. So everyone knows me on Facebook. A couple of people know me on WhatsApp. That's fine, but that's mainly a work thing. And those that really need to know my telephone number. So that's just the basis I work on. So I don't really do Telegram is the same. Like what you're talking about, like the old-fashioned stop, coming, stop, you know, and all the rest of it, where every sentence finishes with a stop. That's a scam, isn't it? See, they can't charge you for a full stop, can they? But if they make you write the word stop, they can charge you for the word. Right, so let's get on with this then. So I need drill 9, which is 3840. Now, what I was practicing this morning was loading my boat up a little bit more, and then really see, at the moment what I do is, you see that half of those are upside down, and I just take the ones that are the right way up, and then when I get to a lot where there's a lot upside down, I just give them another shake. But obviously when you're multi-placing, you need a load of them together, so it means you have to keep shaking until you've got them all. But if you shake too hard, you knock out the good ones. So there we go, we've got some there. So right, so you understand I am not claiming to be an expert on multi-places, and I think, what's there, 6 people watching, I reckon at least 5 of you ahead for the laugh. See how it comes out. So Helen says you should see some of the scammers I've rolled on WhatsApp, got them on, or to call you coming out with all these things I don't know. Right, so multi-placing. I don't use the wax normally. I normally use my little quick stick, so this is foreign to me as well. So, oh, there we go. So I managed to get 3 in one go. So, oh, that worked. That actually worked. Right, I need, because I've just taken too much of that release paper off. So if only I had some kind of release paper. Oh, there we go. So, oh, see, missed one there. Right, so, okay, 3 multi-placing. Yeah, that's working. So maybe that is the answer, that I jumped in with a 9-placer too soon. However, I've just come across an issue. Right, so that row there, you can actually see it from there. I've actually placed it accidentally at an angle. Now, if I was single placing, that wouldn't be a problem because I'd push that. When I came to do the next one, I'd push that in. So I'm going to have to fix it now, aren't I? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to push 3 of them. But actually, that's not too bad, is it? So maybe the trick that I've discovered is that you've got to get them, you've got to get 3 together. You know, you've got to get them lined up in your boat properly. So, okay. So I'll tell you what I'll do then, as I'll finish this line off with 3. And then I'll give, should we jump straight into the 9? Do you think I'm jumping in too early? Just because I've had a bit of initial success with the 3-placer. I still don't know if I like these multi-placers though. Because look how quickly I'm getting through this. I think if you're enjoying the hobby, you want to savour it, don't you? See, that's where our opinions are going to differ. I know some people are like, yeah, I want to get through this. I want to get it done quickly. But I don't quite agree with that. If you're enjoying it, don't you want to make it last longer? So now, potentially, I'm getting through this 3 times fast. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do the whole thing with a 3-way placer. But it's certainly getting through this block a bit quicker, isn't it? It's just an issue when you don't get all 3 of them picked up, though. So my opinion on this so far, I mean, that's all I've done on it, so I'm not world's expert on this. It depends on your taste, doesn't it? If you want to get through these quicker, then obviously it's a really good thing. So, and I know I do the checkerboard like that because I've seen Mrs. Coffee do it like that. So, email time. So I'll tell you what, I'll do 2 rows. I'm calling that 1 row. And then I'll do the next row with a 9-placer. So I would say from this 3-placer, obviously I can do it. If I can't do it with a 9-placer, I mean, it might be that there's a limit. You know, I guess not everyone's going to be able to do the 9-placer. Maybe there's people out there that can't do the 3-placer. but I'm quite happy with that. But I think you've got to get your drills lined up. Make sure you don't pick up any that are the wrong way round. But yeah, I can imagine that once I got that, I nearly managed to get 4 on there. That asked me how I managed to get 4 drills on a 3-placer, but yeah. Oh, missed one. Middle one didn't fall out. Oh, it's not coming out. It's not coming out. Get out. Oh, no, that's not right. I'll have to go there. But yeah, you can certainly block these in a bit quicker. Because obviously where I've blocked it in, my hand's not going to stick there. What are we up to? So Mark Fit, I think I heard R2D2. Yeah, he makes his own noises, but normally he has a bit of a whinge and a moan when you touch him. But he's not having a whinge and a moan lately. So I think I've upset him. But also what I find is that when I show him off to the camera, whoops, that's not going to help his mood, is it? Knocking him over. See, that's how it works, look. I love it. I think it's brilliant. So £2.50 a cable as well, which is practically what they cost at Poundland for an ordinary one. So, but yeah, he doesn't really perform. He just waits till no one's looking, and then he kind of, it's like the night before Christmas, you know, none of the animals, all the animals come alive when no one's watching. And when I try and get him to do stuff, he doesn't want to know. So that was a bit of a waste of time. So I'll finish this row off, and then I'll give the 9-placer a go. But that's the bit that's, I won't say frustrating. Oh, by the way, guys, I really must finish by about 6 at the absolute latest. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go for. I'm actually feeling really tired today. I felt rather tired yesterday, so I had a slight early night. And of course, you know what happens when you have an early night. You end up waking up early. So I've been up since 4 o'clock. But I had a wonderful phone call from work. It was my boss. Do you remember I said I was waiting Monday to waiting for that phone call that says, "Where are you?" Well, my boss rang me up today. He says, "Penny, I'm really sorry." He goes, "I know I asked you for extra work." Or, you know, he goes, "I know you asked me for extra work." He said, "I just totally forgot." I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. That's fine. I don't feel like working now anyway." He says, "Well, I've got a shift tonight." I said, "Look, I'm really, really sorry." I said, "I'm a bit of a person of promises. And I know Chris is watching, and I know Chris is going, well, that's all right. We wouldn't have minded." I said, "I did promise I'd help someone out with the stream tonight." So I said, "I made that promise." So he says, "All right, fair enough. I understand." So then I rang up the bus company and I said, "You got any shifts going?" So I'm working tomorrow and Thursday. So grab a couple of days overtime and get one at time and a half and one at double time. And for 1 week only, I'll actually be rich. And then it'll be back to being poor again because I spend all my money at Smith's Beads. So, yeah. Chris Davis says, "Hi all." So that's the show I'm going to be on. So, guys, if you want to watch a fun show, it is a fun show with or without me. It's you know, I'm not suggesting I make the show fun, but Chris does the Eddie Stobart. He's hasn't done as many issues as me. He's a little bit behind, and he does work very hard at it. I know he has his own problems, and you can see. Oh, I missed that middle one again. But he does put the effort in, and that's what I always like about channels. If you know, You can be really good, but if you're not putting any effort or passion in, it's not interesting. Chris, you can see he does work really hard at his channel. So anyway, and then Joshua says, hi Penny, hope you are well. Well, yeah, I really are. Look, this is my first effort at multi-placing. Well, second effort. It's my first effort at three-way multi-placing. And yeah, maybe it's... I'm not convinced that this is better than single placing. But that's because I don't know how much you've seen, Joshua, of this show. I can't see the value in doing a hobby quicker. You know, if you enjoy a hobby, it's like a holiday. You know, you wouldn't go on holiday and the second you get there, go, well, come on, hurry up and sunbathe, guys. I want to finish. You know, is there any way we can sunbathe faster? And can we eat this food quicker? And well, you probably would want to drink faster, but you know, if you're doing something you enjoy, I'd like to spend more time enjoying it. But I know some people differ in opinion. Right, so that's 2 rows done with a 3-placer. So Chris says, thank you, Penny, for your comment. Means a lot. No problem. It's just no brainer, Chris. You know, I'll either say something nice or I won't say anything at all. And I won't lie. If I don't think much of your channel, I just go, oh, Chris has a channel. And that's it. Right, so do you think I'm ready for level 10? I think I need more drills, though. Yeah, there you go. Joshua gets me. You want to enjoy it and get it to last longer. However, saying that, I can see why, you know, you get some people who love the blocks and some people hate the block and they want to get on with the confetti. And if that's the case, then I totally get why you'd want to use a multi-placer. For me, I'll keep giving it a go. But, and all of this, I hate doing all of this. Oh, there's one drill not quite right, so I'm going to keep doing it. Actually, that's not a bad effort for me. Right, so let's get this 9 thing loaded up. And also, you know me, I don't like wax. I do like wax. I prefer my pickup pen. Ugh, ugh, yuck. See, and when your 9-placer is wider than your wax, it's a bit harder, isn't it? I think I've got more wax outside of the pen. So, yeah, so to reiterate, obviously I'm doing a lot of streams at the moment because I'm on holiday. I will not be streaming tomorrow or Thursday because I decided to pick up 2 extra shifts because I'm allowed to do 2 days overtime when I'm on holiday. Because I'm only technically on holiday for 5 days. Friday night, I will be streaming Friday. But I'm not. Saturday is a possibly no. I have a friend coming round. If she's still coming round, she might have found alternative things to do. I've got greasy wax all over in her place now, so I'm not convinced so far. Oh, look, I've got the wax in the actual drills. So this is not going well for me right now, is it? Is this part of diamond painting, picking your drills out from the wax? You know, I get the picking the wax out of the drills, but... Right, so we have a 9-placer all loaded up with wax. And we'll see how this goes. Get ready to rumble. Oh, oh. Let's put that one there. Oh, that worked. Let's see if I can do another one. Oh, that worked. That one's longer. How did that become longer? Does that mean I've got to put one on the end there now? Yeah, it's not as good with the 9, am I? Definitely not as good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So is that a 9 placer or a 10? All right, let's see how this one goes. Oh, that one's got a hole in the middle. Look. See what happens there? Oh, I'm going to pull them off. I'm going to pull them all off. Or is it a case of you stick on what you can and then you fill the rest in with a single placer? Well, that was a bit of a disaster, wasn't it? Right, okay. Right. Penny, focus, Penny. See, in the time it's taken me to sort all of this out, I could have just placed 20 of them with a single placer. See, it's the ends. Oh, got to be careful there. See, that's not as good with a 9 placer, is it? That isn't good. I get you under. Right, and he wants to know my channel, Tris Davis World, and we all know the saying, wax on, wax off. Have you got Netflix, Chris? I have been watching I haven't watched the latest season yet. Cobra Kai. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. See, I don't think I'm ready for this 9 placer yet. I think, well, let's see. I think that's just completely gone off course. That's heading for America and ending up in Australia. That's just no. Oh, that looks a good one. See, there's a lot more to go wrong with a 9 placer, isn't there? I think I'll stick with a 3 placer. Because now I'm just going to be filling all the gaps. Look at that. Look. That's terrible. All right, Netflix, no. I'm thinking of doing a tribute to the Queen before we... if you want to. I did say on one of my other streams, I'm not a royalist, but I'm not anti-royal. And I respect everyone's opinions. So, yeah, I know you're quite into the Queen, aren't you, Chris? A bit more than I am. Yeah, I don't think 9 placings for me. Because, yeah, look, I'm sorry, that's the best view I can get. I think it's fair to say my 3 placing is so much better than my 9. Wouldn't you agree? And as Mark says, stick to single. Do you mean whole? Multi-placers just as quick in the end. Yeah, by the time I fixed all of that and picked all these drills out and moved that one and positioned that one, I would have just, probably been better off using a single placer. But I'm quite pleased with the results on the 3 placer. So I might have a little bit more with a 3 placer. See if I can fix things with a 3 placer. And also it's lining up 3 drills isn't too difficult, but lining up 9 is a bit more of a challenge. So my conclusion is that if you can and you're good at doing the 9 placer, big kudos to you, because I can't. I know I haven't given it very long, but it's just the control, isn't it? But look, the rest of them are going in absolutely fine. 3 placing, not a problem. In fact, do you know what? I'm starting to enjoy it now. I am quite enjoying this. Oh, don't hover your pen over the top. That tends to pick them up. Oh, no, that don't want to go in. So, yeah, there you go. So that was, I can't get a stream's worth out of having a laugh at me using a multi-placer, but so, Dominic says, good afternoon, Penny. Cobra Kai is a sequel to the movie The Karate Kid. Well, actually, the sequel is The Karate Kid 2, and then you've got The Karate Kid 3, but I know exactly what you mean. So, yeah, I think it's a really good series. Is it season 6 that's just come out? I signed up for Netflix to watch season 6, and I watched the last one of season 5. Every time a new season comes on, I always watch the last one from the previous season. It just kind of gets you back in the swing of things. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, I don't remember any of this. I can't remember this. And that's when it occurred to me I haven't actually watched. I think season 5's just come out. Sorry. So I'm watching the last one in season 4, and I'm like, I haven't seen any of this. So then it occurred to me I haven't watched season 4. So I'm like, brilliant, I got 2 seasons to watch. So I've watched all of season 4, and it's brilliant. But what I like about it is it completely changes all the dynamics of what is a good guy and what is a bad guy. You know, with Karate Kid, the films, it's very clear cut who the good and the bad guys are. Do you know what? Bear with me a sec. I'm pretty sure one of those drills has gone in upside. It has. I thought one had gone in upside down. So, yeah, with the films, it's very clear cut who is good and who's bad. You know, in the conventional sense that movies defines good and bad. And you're watching this season, Cobra Kai, and you're like, well, no, actually, maybe he's not the good guy, and maybe he's not the bad guy. And it's really, really good. And even at the end of the seasons, the good guys aren't always winning. But again, because they blurred the lines over who's good and who's bad, even one of the nasty characters in season 4, you're like, well, I understand her backstory now. Maybe she's not. You know, she's, again, it's like I've talked about the Joker in the past. I don't think the Joker in Batman is actually a bad guy. I think he's just a victim of circumstance. And it's society that's made him the way he is. So, you know, does that make him a bad guy? And I think it's probably the same with Cobra Kai. Maybe that's why I like watching Game of Thrones and House of Dragons, because I ain't got a clue who the good guys are. The people who are the good guys, who I'm thinking are the good guys, apparently they're the bad guys. So I ain't got a clue anymore. But and of course, you know, if anyone's watched Game of Thrones, you know, don't get attached to any characters, because chances are, just as you get used to them, they're probably going to die. Oh. See, even the 3 placing isn't going perfect. So I am tempted to keep going with this 3 placer and then maybe getting a 5 placer at some point. See how that goes. But I think it's 9 placer, probably a bit too much. What do you think, guys? So, right, Chris is asking me what I'm doing, which means I'm going to have to take a pause and show you, because I forget not everybody watches every stream. Right, so sorry, R2. See, it doesn't do anything. It's just useless. No, he's just, yes, I called you useless. he used to take part in all the streams. Sometimes he'd make a noise and it'd actually be a really appropriate moment. It used to be quite hilarious. He used to feature quite a lot in the Route Master shows. Right, sorry, I'm just trying to get him to balance, but he's not. Do you know what? If you're not going to balance, I'm going to put you back in the corner. Right, there we go. Right, no, he's gone off again. Oh. Sorry, guys. Right, he's still on charge. Right, so what am I doing? So can I find it? Can I find it? I had a picture. Right, so a while back, I took a photo of one of my coaches. This is it. And I got Smith's Beast to have a little go at it. And I said, look, try and blur some of the background out, get the focus on the bus. And this is my diamond painting so far. So that is the halfway point is here. So I'm not even halfway through yet. But this is my my coach as a diamond painting. And it's fantastic. I love it. And it's Natasha was talking about surprises. I know she's talking about a different surprise, but because obviously I'm working on every single square millimeter on this, so I know every millimeter. And there's lots of surprises, like all this in the windscreen. When you look at that, you're like, oh, nice bus. You don't really focus on, say, for example, that reflection on the windscreen and all of that reflection that you can see it. Can you see now? That's going to be, look, there's buildings there, look. There's a rooftop, I think. It's a something anyway. It's a something. But yeah, there's windows starting to come in here. So those windows are there. And this bit of shine down the windscreen in the middle is starting to come in there. And then you've got the highlight on the wing mirror that you can clearly see the wing mirror there and the wing mirror there. And yeah, and we haven't even got to this bottom bit yet. Well, we sort of have. We did the number plate, which has come out pretty well. So I'm really happy with this. This is my first ever custom, so I can't compare it to other customs, but I'm not even going to bother. Well, I bought two more. I paid for them last night, and I'm not even going to bother looking for anywhere else for customs because I'm really happy with this one. Right, so I always watched her speeches. Her COVID speech made me relax about COVID. She is not part of my government, but has been on TV and now internet all my life. So far, New King is not doing the same thing. I'm going to be totally fair. I'm not a Prince Charles fan, but now he's king. I think there's an awful lot for him to deal with before he's going to be able to give us the chance to see him as a king. He's going to have to be grieving son before he's king. So I'll give him the opportunity to be a good king or a bad king, but like I say, I didn't think he was super exciting as a prince of Wales, but we'll see what he's like as a king. He might have been born to be king for all we know, but he's got a tough act to follow, hasn't he, as a monarch. So that looks good. What are you doing on your painting? My Lego. Oh, good. I'm looking forward to that. It's dispatched today, is it? So it should be with you within a couple of days. I had a really sad moment yesterday. Went to my local shopping centre. There's a little shop there called Toyland or Toy Town or something like that. And they've got quite a decent range of Lego. And I went there yesterday. I do like to pop in and have a look. And they've closed down. I don't know if it's because of cost of living or whatever. But yeah, it was all locked up. and there was some woman sweeping the floor, and all the shelves had been taken down. It just looked a complete empty shell. And I don't like shops shutting down at the best of times, unless it's like retirement or something, because shops shutting down normally suggests that sales are down and they're bankrupt or close to it. So yeah, that was a sad day, especially toy shops. You know, at the end of the day, toy shop is a luxury, isn't it? So maybe people aren't spending their money because they need to spend the money on essentials. So do you know what? I'm happy with this. So yeah, I'm glad you guys forced me, twisted my arm to do Multiplacer. And Teresa, Christaris today looks fabulous. Pencil surprises. Hi all, how are you? Anti-royal, and that's all I'm saying. That's fine. That is fine. So remember what I said at the beginning of the show, guys. If someone's opinion differs from yours, that's fine. Respect their right to have an opinion. We don't all have to agree, and if we don't agree, it doesn't make them right or wrong. That's all I'm going to say on it. I'm not royalist. I'm not anti-royalist. They exist, and from what I understand, the amount of money this country makes on tourism as a result, and the amount of taxes they pay on their business, apparently they are a profitable organisation. So if that's the case, I'm just happy for them to be there. Plus, I'm related to Kate Middleton, so that shocked you all, hasn't it? She is my 6th cousin, something. Might be removed. Probably is removed. And she and I are both related to Guy Ritchie. She is already related to Prince William, but I'm not, because she's related in a different branch. And our common ancestor, I think she's 6th cousin, because our common ancestor is a guy called Peter Finch, who moved from Lancashire to Norwich to minister at the Octagon Church in Norwich. Funnily enough, that's why he was in Norwich. Otherwise, if it wasn't in Norwich, he wouldn't have moved to Norwich, would he? And he was there for a very long time, and there were stories of him performing sermons while the roof was caving in, you know, bits of roof falling down all around him. And his family married into the Martineau family, which is where the Guy Ritchie's family comes from. And they came over to England as they were French Huguenots, and they'd made their money in the medical trade. They were surgeons. Were they surgeons or were they textile workers? Yes, they were surgeons, medical people, but they couldn't practice in the UK. And one of their sons became a surgeon, actually trained in the UK. This is going back in the 1600s, by the way. This isn't recently. He trained to become a surgeon, and he was one of the top surgeons that the Norfolk and Norwich Hospital had ever had. And they couldn't let him retire. He was so good. And, you know, he retired, but they kept calling him back for consultation, surgery, whatever they are. But he actually founded I don't know if he founded the Norwich Library, but he had a large part to do in the free library services. So if you've ever gone to the library and borrowed books and been grateful for borrowing books at free cost, he's one of the people you've got to be thanking for it. So, which is quite significant for me, because growing up from a poor family, my absolute treat every Saturday was having the bus money to go down to the city centre to take last week's books back and rent out or hire out a new book. And that was my little treat, and swimming as well. Sometimes I could go swimming. So there you go. Look, definitely better at 3 placing, aren't I, than 9. Pencil Spies as well, said my friend, and thank you again. Not a problem. Anytime you want to come on the show, if you want to come on today, you can jump on. But yeah, no, it was an absolute pleasure, and you really did enhance the stream. I'm kind of, you know, when you have somebody new that you've never had on your stream before, there's always that worry that things are going to go wrong. But then at the same time, if you don't give people the opportunities to come on the show, how do you know? You know, they might be the best thing since sliced bread. And you would definitely be in the in the bakery section. I don't know if that actually worked as a compliment, but the effort was there. So, right, I'm just going to try and pick up these missing bits. Most of these little misses are to do with either the fact that I used the 9 placer. Do you know, I think I've slipped an extra drill in there. I might have done, I might not have done. There you go. I never get it all perfect anyway. Sometimes the drills are a little bit off. You know, you get like the odd misshaped drill. Don't get many, but you do get a few. So, see that one. Oh no, it's not upside down. But I'm going to push him up to the top. You've been promoted, mate. You're going all the way to that top there. That looks like you didn't want it. Right, this is this is the one where I totally missed. All of these want to come down. Right, okay. Time to do some work. Oh, that was a bit too far down there. Right, okay. Yeah, right. That wasn't the best way to realign. So I'll just pop these in. So yeah, it looks like the 3 placer for me is good, but you do want your single placer on hand for little adjustments. But to be honest with you, I think that mess has come about because I was using a 9 placer. So I think it's a fair conclusion that the 9 placer isn't working for me yet. You know, I'm not saying it's useless on the first attempt, because it is only the first attempt, and I kind of had to go around there because there's some other drills coming in. It's a different color, but we'll see what I can do. So what do you think, guys? Am I awesome at 3 place, or will that do? It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be an absolute disaster. I think my conclusion is that I went straight in with a 9 place, and that was the first multi-placer I ever used. And you know, you don't go in at advanced level until you've mastered beginner level, really, do you? You don't go on to a game of Call of Duty and go, yeah, come on, let's put me up against the world's best, and you don't even know how to crouch. There we go. So, what have I been watching today? Nothing really interesting, to be honest with you. I've been watching a lot of the House of the Dragons analysis videos, as I always do. I did start watching, I mentioned it yesterday, Boys Don't Cry. Turns out it's on Disney, which I think is a bit of a funny subject matter for Disney. Disney isn't so kiddish anymore, isn't it? Is it? There's some right adult-y stuff on. Not like adult, but right, Pencil Spies. I use 1, 2, and 3 places, struggling with anything more. Well, that makes it at ease for me then, because for the amount of diamond painting that you do in a day, I'd probably place you as a more advanced than me. And if you're struggling with more than 3, then I shouldn't really be ashamed of not being able to manage a 9, should I? So that's put me at ease. You know, if someone's doing 8 to 10 hours diamond painting a day, they probably a bit better at it than you. So, do you know, I'm just going to strip these off. They're so out. I think actually if I just chuck them on the canvas, they're probably going to come out better than I did with the 9 placer. Probably should have used tweezers to pick them up. But they really want to stick. This is another batch here. They might be beyond repair. Ooh. I just flicked. Oh, there it is. It just flicked and I thought it went off the fly. I think it also helps if you've got more drills in your tray. I think that's the point now, is not quite enough. I think you want to fill your tray but not overfill it, because obviously you're going to get through them 3 times quicker. So you probably want anything up to 3 times as much on there. Oops. Is that telling me I might need a bit more wax? So I'm wearing a regular bit of wax. Oh, there it is. There it is. Do you guys get through this much wax when you multi-place them? The trouble is, you put too much wax, it just oozes everywhere, doesn't it? There you go, that's better. Don't know where that just come from. Right, let's try and get this 3-way checkerboard going again. That looked quite nice, didn't it? Where'd that come from? Right, did anyone see that? There just seems to be a random drill popping up somewhere. Every time I look away, a drill pops on. It's obviously getting caught on the... there must be a bit of wax on the outside of the placer. Yeah, that's what it is. It's picking up a little bit of a extra one. So guys, what do you guys think of block? Do you enjoy it because you can get through it a bit quicker, or do you not like it because it's not really so much of an image, is it? It's just colour. Or are you a bit more like me? It really depends what the block is. You know, sometimes it can enhance the picture, can't it? Right, what we got here? Exactly, LOL. I started my clown at 10 AM on the 3rd section. Then have which to do, then dog in coffee for your thing. Not since I used the orange. Yes, I've heard about this orange wax. See, I don't go in for the wax because I use the pickup pen, or as this one's called, Quick Stick, and it's got a little bit of sticky stuff in there, and when that starts to run out, you just twist it and that pushes a little bit more out. And I find that so much better than the wax. It's better for me. I know some people that have tried these pens and they really hate them. It just goes show about horses for courses, though, doesn't it? So obviously, if I'm going to start using this multi-placer a lot more, that's wrong. Then obviously I need to think about wax. But I think I manage okay with the wax that comes with the diamond paintings, and it just keeps on coming, doesn't it? You never use as much as they give you. When you get your next diamond painting, you're still using the last lot, and then you get to a point where you're not using the wax that comes with the diamond painting because you're still using the wax from about 15 diamond paintings earlier. So but maybe orange wax is one of those things that once you use it, you don't ever want to go back to pink wax. Oh God, that's a bit of a mess. Oh, it's doing that game, is it? Push one drill and another one pops up, so you push that one back. I'm just going to pick where there's less than 3. I'm just going to, let's move that. Just even things up a bit. Right. Yeah, it's a little bit messier than single placing, but I can definitely see where the border between where I started, but you know, I suspect it's because I've not been doing an awful lot of 3-way placing. You know, I don't expect to get perfect results from the first second I pick up the multi-place, so you can't expect to be good at something immediately, can you? But I'm not unhappy with the results. I'm more unhappy with the 9-placer. That's got a bit of fixing to come, hasn't it? Right, that's all over the place. It's finding 3 drills together though. Right, let's get this repair work done. Oh, my finger is really hurting. I've just done far too much diamond painting, and what happens is I hold the pen like this and it really hurts in there. Once that sticky stuff starts to run out and that gap is closed, that's a lot easier. But this, with that gap there, it's I don't know if you can see, it's starting to rub, starting to get a bit sore. So I haven't got any plasters, but I was thinking about getting some plasters just to put over there, sort of kind of a diamond painting thimble kind of thing. But obviously, if I'm doing a lot, I managed to get 4 on that one. Should we give it a go? Oh, that was almost perfect. That was. There you go. Placing 4 drills with a 3-way placer. That's got to be worth something, isn't it? Oh, I've been watching this video today of old TV programs, like the you know, kids programs, and so I've got what is it, Bod in my head, among other tunes. Oh, and I heard the new Grange Hill tune. How bad is that? It's not anything like the original. Well, yeah, no, it's not even like the original. Maybe that's you know how they say things like who your favourite James Bond is says a lot about you, and you usually find that your favourite James Bond is the one that you first saw, you know, the one that was around when you started watching James Bond. Maybe we can say maybe we can say the same thing about the Grange Hill theme. You know, you ask someone to hum the Grange Hill theme, and that'll tell you what era they're from. Now I'm even worse with the 3 place than I was to start with. Oh, yeah, that's going to require an awful lot of work to straighten that up. It's all right though. It's okay. It's not as bad as I thought. That don't look like it wants to go in. I'm going to pick that one out. Oh, no, push it in. Push it in with a sharp object. That manipulator. Right, so exactly started my clan. Not since I used the orange wax. We'd like what we like. Yeah, I think that's the thing. You know, you can get people say, for example, oh, try the orange wax, it's brilliant. And you'll try it and you'll go, what, are you stupid or something? This is awful. I've done that a few times where people have said, oh, go out and buy this. And I've gone out and bought it. And yeah, it's just not got on with it. I remember spending a £70, bought a £70 set of screwdrivers because they're meant to be brilliant. And I nearly threw them through the window. Thankfully, I bought them from Amazon, who've got a good returns policy. So I just sent them back and got my money back. But, you know, my favourite screwdriver cost me about £5. And I've bought screwdrivers out of Poundland that were better than these ones. But I see a lot of people using them. And they love them. So, yeah, it's all down to opinion, isn't it? And what fits your hand. You know, when you're using something like, it's like this, you know, if your hand's a different shape from mine, this pen might not work for you. Well, use up your pink wax before you try yes, fair enough. I've got quite a bit at the moment. I've got rid of a lot. And I've still got loads now. Penny sent you a link to silicone finger protectors. That sounds perfect. Oh yes, I like the look of that. So the question I'm going to ask you though is, have you, what's the seller, right, see, the seller's got a lower rating than me. Have you used that seller before? So yeah, look, these finger protectors, they look absolutely perfect. And they've got little holes in, so it makes them a bit more breathable. Do you get those sizes, 1 large, 3 medium, and 1 small? So yeah, what they're for is, I said that where I'm using this pen, see where the bottom of the pen is, you got this screw bit. Where it's not fully screwed down, that bit is rubbing on my middle finger, and as a result it's starting to get very sore and rubbing. So what that'll do is, if I had that finger protector would come to about there, so this would rub against the silicone finger protector instead of my finger. This one isn't a problem because where the screw thread has it's almost pushed it right down to the end, so it's closed that gap, and that's never been a problem to use. It's just where this is, once this gets nearly empty, it'll be an absolute dream to use. But then once it's nearly empty, I've got to fill it up again. So it's just where it rubs. I don't get the problem with these, but where I tend to press a bit harder, I haven't got one. Yes, I have. These break very, very quickly for me. Because I do press a little bit too hard. That's why I don't use them. I've seen some absolutely wonderful pens, but for me, I was really disappointed with the Swiss Speed sent me this. What was that pen you sent me? It's quite stubby, and it was absolutely fantastic pen. It really was. It was a nice shape. It was cute, but it had this end on the end. And I think by the time I'd used it for about 2 streams, it was starting to break. And it's not the pen's fault. It's me. I am a hard presser. Apparently it is the thing. People who press down really hard. I'm trying to press not so hard, because if you try to adjust things towards the end, if you've pressed really hard, it sticks to that double-sided tape a little bit harder. So if you press it lightly, it's easier to adjust later on. And then once you get your roller out and you roll it all down, then it sticks. Love Minnie says, so you do have a screwless. It's not loose, it's just undone. Right, so what are they? Stop sore fingers I use when colouring too, to stop pressure sores. Yeah, so obviously if you like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's, if you compare my two middle fingers, you can see it, that's getting quite red and sore. And I'm convinced it's a little bit swollen, but it actually feels like the skin has come away from the muscle. So pencil supplies, I got mine from Amazon. Well, I'll give that a go. £4.31, and it's free delivery, but it's actually only going to take a few days to come. Yeah, that's what I think. You know what? That's worth a try. It's just I've lost a lot of faith in eBay. I know eBay is a collection of sellers, but there's so many bad stories on eBay, and I've got one or two myself, and it just gets, and I know it's unfair because there's some really good sellers on eBay. Although saying that, I discovered Smith's beads on eBay, so you know, there's a reason to use them. I probably wouldn't have become a Smith's beads customer if I hadn't found them on eBay first. So, but yeah, I'd say there's, I've got a friend going through a dispute at the moment. He bought something on eBay for an anniversary present. It's been about 2 months. It still hasn't arrived. And the guy insists that he has posted it. And the guy's gone, oh, well, can you just give it a few more days? And he's like, yeah, I bet he said that just to give him a bit of time to post it. But, you know, if you're going to post on eBay, if you're going to sell on eBay, you know, you need to sort of have a standard, don't you? I'm looking for my little, this is all started to go off. Some are too low, some are too far to the right, and it's starting to go off. It's kind of coming at an angle now. I think I'd need more than a thing. I call it my thing. I don't really know what the name is, so this is referred to as my thing. But I think this is, actually I need my super one, which I hope I can find. Yes, it's sitting there right in front of me. So this is one of the best tools I've ever had. It looks stupid, but it's really good. I actually got this free with one of the pickup pens that I bought. I know Smith's Beads do them, and they do them as part of sets as well. But I got mine with one of the pickup pens, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, I didn't buy it for the extras. I bought it for I bought the pen for the pen, and I just started using it. I'm like, whoa, this is brilliant. So when you start to get yourself in a bit of a muddle and your drills aren't lining up properly, I think I've tried to squeeze too many drills into one line. I think that's where it's, because when I'm doing this, some of them are popping out. That one's just a pop drill. There's another pop one. So yeah, I've got a big gap there. Right, that's a little bit better, isn't it? It's round about there. I mean, you can see it on camera, and there's a little patch up there, but I'm not totally happy with. Right. I think that's more of a block thing than a... You see now why I use the ruler, can't you? Right, I'm just going to finish this line off, and then I'm going to nip to the toilet, if you guys don't mind. Fortunately, I don't have a co-host to keep the show going, so I'll have to either find you something to look at, which I can't think of anything, or I'll have to do my intro again. I'll do my funnier intro this time. I really do need to make a video on like this is an intermission. Oh, while you're waiting for Penny, why not consider looking at whatever this is? I think that might be canvas, you know, because they're not sticking. Some of them are sticking and some aren't. Yeah, that's canvas. So that's not stuck. No. No, that one has. So it looks like we might be using my PVA glue then. That'll be the second time I used that glue today. So Smith Speed, you are now featuring in one of my fire truck videos, because I had to stick the indicate lenses on my fire truck, and last time round I used super glue, which is actually a bad idea. If you use super glue on a clear lens, it runs the risk of fogging it up. The fumes from super glue makes it go all white. So the best thing to use is PVA glue, but a lot of people, me included, get impatient with PVA glue because it takes a while to dry. But the only thing I could find PVA glue wise was this little tub of glue. So so I've got this little square. I've squared it off, and that patch in there, it's just not sticking. So what I'll do is I'll get one of my, I think one of these will do the job really well. So I'd say how invaluable these are. Just get through so many of these for various tasks. I don't know if you would put the glue on or if you'd put the glue on the drills, but or brush it on, but I'm confident that'll do the job. Look at that, guys. That's PVA glue for you, but not there. Oh, but it makes it squidgy. It's like a little bit of a skating rink going on there. No, that's not working either. Okay. Oh, looks like I'm going to have to do it. I didn't ever want it to come to this. It looks like it might be the only way. Oh, I'm not enjoying this, Teresa. This is Teresa's and Mark's way of putting drills on with tweezers. It's not awful. It's just I don't like it as much as using my placer. But the PVA glue, while it's wet, they're not going to stick. It's PVA, wet PVA is like water, but as soon as it sticks, it's make sure they're in properly. I don't think we're going to get away. They can be unpicked once the PVA glue dries. The PVA glue isn't that strong. Right, where are we up to? Right, so they let fingers breathe and stop sores, but mine was a mix of two sizes and even fit my thumb. You got tiny fingers then? Do you have a scratch? I love that comment. So the pen I was talking about is a chunky pen. It's an absolutely lovely pen, but because it's got that brass bit, it doesn't like me. It collapses on me. That's just me. I'm a hard presser. So right. So yeah, basically the problems I'm having here is really fixing where the 9 placer was. So I'm obviously not a 9 placer. Right, I first got them for colouring cake because I pressed really hard. Yeah, fingers were sore, but used for DP2. Let me send you the Amazon link. They're really good. LOL love minis. Now I'm going to stop it there because I really need a toilet. So if you allow me to take a break, I will play you my funnier intro, and hopefully by the time it's finished, I will be back. I might even see if I can sneak in a cup of coffee as well.
Now, Sir Ivan, if you will press this switch over when I say now, that will open our station. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
Come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
They'll never take our freedom. Love that. Love Min says, oh man, when I get my diamond patent, I will quit being so limited in knowledge on them. Oh, listen, everything has a learning curve, obviously, but diamond paintings are a little bit like, it's not much of a learning curve. The amount you need to know to actually be able to reach a reasonable standard is not a lot, really. In fact, there's not really a lot to learn to be excellent, but it's yeah. It's the amount of times you stuck your hand on the sticky as me. Yeah, it probably was me. I wasn't going to go and blame the canvas or anything. There's 101 reasons why drills won't stick, and I think those have actually now started to go tacky, so they're good. Yeah, no, it's not. I wasn't going. It's a bad canvas. Usually 9 times out of 10, if it loses sticky around the edges, it's probably user error, not manufacturing error. If it's a big patch, if I now lifted this up, never having seen it before, and it didn't stick, then obviously I'll go, there's a problem there. But you know me, I'll just fix the problem. It's far easier, you know, if there was a patch right in the middle where it didn't stick, it's far easier for me to sort it out than it is to complain to you and say, oh, you know, this is bad. And, you know, I think you'd probably just tell me to go take a short run off a long run off a short plank and get it sorted out. Come on, you know what to do. Right. Oh, I just got good news. My friend's cat I didn't know they were missing, but I'm really happy to see found cats. We both said getting through lockdown right. Getting to, yeah. It's, I can imagine pets are really important during times like that. Sorry, phone rang. I sent a link. Yeah, I saw the link. I would join, but hobby watching TV. No, that's fine. It's easier with a straight pair than angled ones, right? I will note it. I don't think I actually own any straight ones. That's probably about the straightest ones I own. So, I did have some nice black ones. I had some, see, because a lot of the tweezers I bought, because they're for model making, I bought these. I got three. I got a few pairs actually. Here we are. Let's say because they're for model making, I got these, and these are like backwards tweezers. So you push them to open them. So when you want to pick something up, maybe, I don't know, a model that you want to paint, you can use them to hold, and they're really good for airbrushing as well. You know, you can pick up, what should we pick up? Let's pick up the PVA glue. So you can pick that up, and then you can spray it with an airbrush without getting your fingers black. But so most of my tweezers are like this. I wonder if that'll work. No, they're the wrong shape to pick them up. You really need like a sharp bit. But yeah, I got set 6 of these, but these are really, really good. But not for a lot of situations they won't be better for. And I've got some of these ones that are a bit heavier duty. These are really tough. And then most of my tweezers, but I had a set of black ones, and they were a lot better quality. I think some came with the odd diamond painting, but the rest, I actually used these on a model today, and as you see, I wrecked them. But you know, these are 2 a penny, aren't they? So yeah, that's my tweezer situation. Right, so adult nappies on Amazon for pennies, so she doesn't have. Yeah, that would actually be not a bad idea, really, isn't it? I think I need them for my bus as well. Oh my god, LOL. Must be just get the free tenner sample. Right, so I've noticed the time. So it's taken me about an hour and a half to do all of this, which I think is comparable to, bearing how many times I've stopped to do comments and things. I think that's actually pretty good going. So I think maybe the 3-placer has speeded me up quite a bit. If I wasn't streaming, that's probably about the pace that I would expect to go with a normal pen. But obviously, as we all know, I can't, you know, a lot of people will know how fast they can drill. I really don't know with streaming, because it's obviously, if people are, how much have I done that much? Have I done that much? That much. So where's my ruler? Yeah, I think there's about an hour to 2 hours worth of drilling there compared to a single placer. So yeah, it's definitely speeded me up. There's definitely benefits to this. I mean, we already knew that anyway, didn't we, before I started today? But part of the fun was to see how much I could cock it all up. And I think the answer to that is not as much as I thought I would. So, also, I don't mind wasting these because I've actually got a lot left over from other projects. Don't know if I can find it. It's somewhere. But no, I got like one of those big bottles that almost full. Plus, I think, how many of these were there? There was a lot of these. I think it was about 16 bags or something of that colour. Obviously, I need all the ones that come with the design. Do you know what? I can't find it. I've lost my cheat sheet. Oh, yeah, that's down there. Printed on the actual cat. Oh, it just says 3840. Yeah, I don't know how many I had now. So I can't find it. I should have done that checkerboard, shouldn't I? Oh. I was going to make a coffee, wasn't I? Okay. Sadly, I did not. Oh, I know why I didn't make a coffee. I was thinking, oh, it's been an hour and a half, and then I'm thinking, actually, I might just steal one of the lodger's tangos out of the fridge, which is a bit naughty, but I know he would let me if he asked me, if I asked him. So he's probably going to have a go at me when he comes home, because when he left for work this morning, I was doing the washing up, and there's probably about as much washing up done now as when he actually left the house. When I say washing up, what I actually mean is I'd put some suds in the sink and I was running the tap, and that was about as far as I got. I'm one of those, I'm like, oh, I must get loads of work. Oh, shiny things. Mind you, Teresa will back me up, won't you? You know I can clean an oven. I was chatting to Teresa once when I was cleaning. I was going, how can I clean this oven? And she was telling me baking soda. What was it we did? Baking soda and lemon. But I didn't actually have lemon, so I used a little bit of Jif or something out of the, or whatever it's called. You know, that lemon juice you can buy, which isn't real lemon, apparently. I'm told that washing up liquid contains real lemon, but that lemon you can buy in a bottle doesn't contain real lemon. So work that one out if you can. So Pencil Spider's back. Yes, Penny definitely can. Yes, it was really funny because I was trying to clean this oven and the door was brown and it was all on the inside and I couldn't get to it. And then all of a sudden I found this little clip and I discovered how to remove the outer door, the inner door on the oven door. I was like, oh, look at this. I can remove the oven door. And that was a complete game changer. There we go. Right, so wondering what to have for me tea tonight. I know I bought something and it's in the freezer. I'm sure of it. I bought a few. Well, the amount of money I spent in Iceland yesterday, I better have loads in the freezer. So I didn't spend all that money on milk and eggs. Yeah, I think I like the thread. I probably won't use it that much because I do like my single placing. But you know, here I am. I've given it a go. And yeah, it works all right. It works okay. When it works. So I have got to stare. Oh, we've got another non-sticky patch, perhaps. Yeah, that's definitely got to be where I've been putting my fingers. Yeah. Okay. Because I say it's on the end. If it's on the edge of the diamond paint, I would tend to say it's maybe where I've caught it. So we'll see how we get on. Ding! I think that was a notification, so I'm not going to look at it. It's not the same notification I get when I get a message. So that can be ignored. So, I said to try baking soda and white vinegar, but you only... that's right. I only had a bit of vinegar out of a jar and jar of cockles. That's it. So I used that. So, yeah, basically I was cleaning my oven with fishy vinegar, but it kind of worked, didn't it? I knew it was something I didn't quite have properly. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. Teresa, pick one of those numbers, please. Oh, I'm intrigued now. I am intrigued. Waiting for Teresa to answer that now. I have no idea what it means, but... Five. Right. So are you going to tell us what that means as well? You know, I entered the competition once and I won a week. I won second prize. Sorry, I won a week in Birmingham. And I said, oh, what was the first prize? They said 2 weeks in Birmingham. No, that was the other way round. Sorry. Anyway, that's really, forget that joke. That didn't work. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Oh. I'm interested too. Intrigued, not interested. Oh, you're not interested? So I think what's happening now is, I wouldn't say I'm better than I was at the start, but I'm getting a bit more consistent. And I think that's making the difference. So that's kind of what I mean by learning curve, love minis. You know, in the time it's taken me to get from there to there, I've got consistent with using a 3-placer. And it'll be the same as you. Your first inch or so of diamond painting, don't be surprised if it's absolutely terrible. You know, drills out of alignment and stuff. But by the time you've done a few inches, you know, consistency, you'll start to get some good ones going, and it'll just keep going. I'm putting some of these in funny shapes because I'm near the end, and B, where there's some other colours. So like this one, I was going to place it one lower, but there's a W there. So, but then it really doesn't matter how you place them. This checkerboard is how they recommend it, and it's quite nice. But if you want to go 1, 2, and then all the way across, it's up to you. But I think when you do checkerboard with single placement, it does make it a little bit, I find it makes it a bit easier. Oh, do you know what? I meant to bring that up. I've been waiting for a couple of drills to be stuck together, because it does happen with all drills. But I'm finding with these drills, yeah, there's a couple stuck there. Are they stuck? Yeah. Oh, no, they're not stuck. Every now and again, I'm getting 2 or 3 drills stuck together, and I find all I need to do is just roll them like that, and they're done. Oh yeah, there's one that actually is stuck together. Done. Remember those round drills that I got with that Fancel's one, the 310s that I was grinding away for those for ages, trying to get those separated. I was just so happy to finish the design, the diamond painting. So, right. Helen says, oven cleaning, Mr. Muscle each time. Easy to use and great results, but be careful of breathing in. I now actually use, it's not Sillet Bang, but it's a product by Sillet Bang. Because the biggest problem I have in my kitchen is grease removal. Because there is a certain male in my house that believes there's only 2 levels of heat on the cooker, full or off. And he only uses the big hub, the big ring. And he just seems to have this belief that if you apply more heat, it will cook quicker. But as we all know, it doesn't cook quicker, it burns quicker. And you just get this greasy smoke everywhere, and everything in my kitchen is covered in grease. And I haven't tried it yet, but I watched a YouTube video on grease removers, and this guy had this grill that had been used all summer, and he divided the grill into 4, and he used 4 different products, and one product was that pink stuff that you can get from Poundland. I was about to buy it, and that actually came out worst. And the best thing was Sif barbecue, or Sif grease or something anyway. And so I ordered some on Amazon, but I was just so desperate for something that I bought that Mr. Sillet Bang stuff, Sillet Bang baking soda or something like that, and it is actually really good. But with the grease in the kitchen, you've gotta wash it twice, and you spray it with a Sillet Bang, and then you rub it with one of those washing up sponges, you know, one with the scrubby bit on one side, the little green scratchy thing, and then go over it again, and it comes up really, really good. But I have to wash everything down. Every time I have cereal, the cereal containers are full of grease. I keep telling him, but he's a good lodger compared to what I've had. Teresa will tell you that. But he, you know, all of the issues I have with him, they're just niggly. He will not pile up his dirty dishes next to the sink. He'll put them in the sink. So every time you go to wash up, you have to remove half a ton of dishes just to get to the washing up bowl, which may not annoy everybody, but it annoys me. A drill just flew across there and I can't find it. And he washes up in cold water. He must do. And I think he only washes up the bits that have been in contact with food. So I picked a frying pan out off the draining board, and the outside had like a big thick layer of grease on it, where it had obviously been sat in the washing up water. The inside was clean, but the outside of it was full of grease, which to me won't do. I don't know what he uses, whether he cooks or he cleans, but the non-stick surfaces are coming off my non-stick pans. I know they're not expensive, but I'm thinking of banning him. I've got a nice big stir-fry pan, and there's a couple of minor scratches on it, and I'm thinking of banning him from using it because they really are. I've got one frying pan I'm about to throw it out because where the non-sticks come off and then it's been washed, it goes rusty. So you have to give it a good scrub to get the rust off before you can start cooking with it. Right, Pencil Surpriser says the numbers are the sections on my canvas. How I do it is I have someone pick a number and work on that section. I was thinking about doing that actually. I was thinking about sort of cutting this all up into squares and then numbering the squares and then getting you guys to pick. But I'm a little bit, I say OCD, I want to work in a wave, and I know what you guys are like. I want you to pick this square and you'll pick it down there and then it'll all look uneven. So yeah, blow that idea for me. Right, oven cleaning, Mr. Muscle every time. Be careful. Did you say that twice, or have I read your comment twice? That's what Tasha used to do with one of her paintings. What, the elbow grease, or the getting someone else to pick numbers? And then Pencil Surpriser says, LOL, elbow grease. You can't go wrong with the... No, listen, I mean, you know, there isn't... I don't think there is such thing as a perfect person. Everyone's got their little faults. And, you know, he's my fourth lodger. My first lodger was fantastic in the sense that he didn't actually ever cook anything. He used to live off fruit and hummus and toast. He didn't ever clean the toaster, but cleaning the toaster was easy. You just pull a little tray out. And every Wednesday morning, the rent money would be sitting there because he worked earlies and I worked late. I would wake up and the rent money sitting there. And his only fault was he had a bit of a lack of understanding of English. And I might ask him something, or because I'm not about, I might leave. I don't like leaving notes, but if I'm not going to see you, I'll leave you a note. And sometimes he'd misunderstand what I'm saying. So, and we'd end up shouting, well, he'd end up shouting at me. Like I said to him one Monday, I left a note saying the bins are due out tomorrow, or bin men come tomorrow. Can you make sure all your rubbish is in the bin? Meaning, if you got any rubbish to throw out of your room, chuck it in the bag, and then I'll chuck the bags out. And he had a go at me. He's gone, oh, taking the bin out is not my job. And I'm like, well, first of all, I haven't asked you to take the bins out. I've asked you to, you know, clear it. Because if you don't take the bin out, if you don't chuck stuff in the rubbish, that rubbish isn't collected for another 2 or 4 weeks. And I said, secondly, to take the attitude, it's not my job. You know, usually in a household situation, it was meant to be a shared house with the bus drivers at the time, but he saw it as some kind of hotel landlady situation. And I'm like, well, that's not really what I was after. You know, we all chip in and do our bit. But apart from that, he was all right. And then the second lodger I had, she was all right, but she didn't pull her weight, and she got to a point where she was damaging things. She just had no respect. She didn't have any respect for herself. You couldn't really expect her to have respect for your house. I'd come home. It was really funny because the first time I went away, I told her, "Oh, I'm coming home on such and such a day," and I come home and the house looked like it had been cleaned like yesterday or maybe the day before. And I went, "Oh, lovely, this is brilliant." And later on, I found out from a friend, he had come round and cleaned it a couple of days before I was due back. So the next time I went away, I told her I was coming back a week later than I actually was. And I come home and I got back about 6 a.m. and I found her asleep in the middle of the living room, quilt over her, watching the TV with the heater going. And she must have been sound though, because the Virgin TV, you can control it from your mobile phone. So I was sitting there in the hallway, changing the channels and turning the TV volume up and down. Nothing, just didn't stir her. And yeah, that was funny. But she was a bit startled when she saw me. And then each time I come home, it's a little bit worse and worse. And I got to the point where I'd come home for 6 days, and I'd be working harder at home than I was at work. And it's like I'm not actually getting any time off. I'm just coming home to work. So I gave her a bill for my time, and she really was not happy with that at all. And I said, "Well, you got a choice." I said, "I'll let you off this time, but you either pull your weight or..." No, I actually said to her, I said, "Do you want to do the chores as you should be, or do..." Basically 3 options I gave her. I said, you can move out, you can do your fair share of the chores, or you can leave all of your chores. I will do them for you, but I'm going to put your rent up, for my time. And she said, "I'll do." She said she'll do them. And she didn't do a thing. So I asked her to leave. And then I heard a couple of complaints from the neighbours, which, if in all fairness, if I'd have heard those complaints before I asked her to leave, I would have actually asked her to leave on that basis. So and then the next lodger, enough said about him, don't you think, Teresa? There's an awful lot of lies, to the point he actually had me arrested. He even, it was really funny about the council tax, because he's council tax exempt. See, obviously living on my own, I would have got a 25% discount on my council tax. Now, this is consistently not sticking in the middle drill. Is that wax, lack of wax, or is that every second drill is duff? Or... that's really weird. Right. Yeah, so when he moved in, he told me that I can get a 25% discount because he's council tax exempt because of health issues he's got. So obviously that's what I did. And then as soon as I moved out, I got investigated by the council. We know you have someone living there. And so I sent a letter back. I'm going, yeah, I had a guy living here between these dates. He's council tax exempt. Blah, blah, blah. If I've done something wrong, I do apologise. Please tell me how to fix it. And I got a bill through a couple of weeks later for unpaid council tax. Not an awful lot. But I'm like, you little arsehole. And he told the neighbours I kept him prisoner but he was standing outside telling them at the time. Yeah, so yeah, V is absolutely wonderful, and he's very respectful to all of my friends. And obviously I tried to be respectful to his. And the rule on house guests is you can have anyone in the house, but obviously they have to be respectful to the household, which he had one person come round once, and he didn't think he was being very respectful, so he didn't invite him round anymore. And I'm like, well, that's fair enough. I didn't find him disrespectful. But now V said he wasn't respectful. So I'm not going to argue with that, am I? He had a parcel, actually. He said to me yesterday, because he's expecting a parcel, am I going to be in? So I said, yeah. And I guess the parcel hadn't come because I was in all day and there was no. Anyway, I got Royal Mail came round this morning, or not Royal Mail, it must have been Parcel Force. Oh, that reminds me, Chris, if you're still watching, guess what I got today? A little bit earlier than expected. The Stobart 47, 48, 49, 50. And there's the boring old tyre. And there's the chassis pieces. So anyway, yeah, so I had that arrive this morning, and there was his other parcel sitting there. So I just put it by his bedroom door. About 20 minutes later, I get this phone call from V. I went, yes, V, your parcel's arrived. He went, oh, lovely. I said, yeah, I said, but I said, there was a neighbour said that they really need protein, so I gave it all to them. So he laughed. At least he has a sense of humour. I'm just putting these in with a single placer because, yeah, they didn't seem to all of them want to stick down with a multi-placer. Yeah, go 2, 3. Oh no, that one's not staying either. Don't know what's going on here. Unless maybe I spilt something on it. That wouldn't surprise me. So it's probably going to be easy if I do the whole lot and then work on the ones that aren't sticking. Gotta be honest with you guys, now I've picked up my single placer, it's feeling a lot more comfortable. I know it's hard to just switch and instantly feel comfortable, but I just feel more precise with this. There you go. I'm happy. They're done. Right. So just pick up all these 1s and 2s. Oh, I can't believe all of this huge block is nearly finished. That is a massive blue block though, isn't it? So, Pencil Spider says, I started it because my son's special needs and was a way to involve him and make doing the painting more fun. Yeah, that's fair enough. I'll tell you what, you said to me yesterday, something along the lines of, if life deals you a bad set of cards, you just got to get on with it. It sounds to me like you've had a few bad hands at cards, haven't you, so to speak? Right, so that's a good idea to include him. Yeah, it's I think anybody with any mental health issues, if you get them involved, it just makes everything a bit more inclusive, doesn't it? all too often, kids are hearing the expression, shut up, mummy's trying to do whatever. And that's not good. You know, even if your kiddie hasn't got any certain needs, that's still not really a good thing to be hearing, is it? I know it was a little bit different with things like when I was young. I know it's not on anymore, but when Crossroads came on, that was mum's time. But it was explained to me that that's fair because there's times when I get, you know, certain program time. Sunday night was World at War night for me. Absolutely used to love World at War. It was educational. I got to stay up a little bit late. I had to be in bed by 9, and World of War came on Sunday at 9 o'clock, and it used to finish at 10. And I had to be bath, hair wash, in my pajamas before it started. And then the second the credits come on, that's it, from off to bed, and I have to be in bed before the credits finished. And if at any point during the week I was naughty, no World at War for me. Of course, if I ever was naughty and that got taken away from me, then I'd be like, well, she's took the World of War away from me. I've got nothing else to lose now, have I? Except I was wrong, because next week's World of War. Right, Teresa Smith, picking the numbers. Chloe and John totaled. Oh, you naughty person. Chloe, to be fair, I would describe Chloe as nightmare, not total nightmare. She was all right, but I think the things that annoyed me the most about her was like 1 month, because she was on benefits and she assured me she was looking for a job, which she wasn't, which bugged me. I have no problem people being on benefits, and I have no problem people being on unemployment benefits. What I have a problem with is people on unemployment benefits that have no intention of getting a job. I see benefits as tiding you over until you can get yourself sorted out again. Disability benefits and low income benefits, that's a different situation. But, you know, if there's nothing wrong with you, you know, someone like me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me. There's probably no excuse for me to be on benefits for more than about a week, maybe 2. Because obviously I'm a coach driver, bus driver. There's nothing stopping me from getting work, unless I'm really bad at my job and I get kicked out of. I was going to finish these off with the 3 places, wasn't I? Oh well. Yeah, so there's nothing stopping me getting work elsewhere. They're desperate for bus drivers, so you know, if I'm that desperate enough for work, there's no reason why I couldn't get work. But anyway, that's another story. So she had, she was young. She had a slightly different outlook to me. She changed her phone. She got a new phone number, and she didn't tell the benefits office. And the benefits officer tried to call her, and because they couldn't call her, they sanctioned her, which apparently what sanctioning is they cut their benefits for a short period of time. So instead of earning her full benefits, she ended up with about £100 to last the month. Now, I didn't quite agree with her that it was unfair because, you know, when you change your telephone number, the first people you contact is your work and your family, obviously. Now, when you've got no job, the unemployment office is your workplace, isn't it, in effect? So she really should have contacted them. So, but anyway, because she didn't get her full benefits, she couldn't pay her rent that month. Not a problem. I'll help anyone out if they're in a genuine situation. And I said, look, rather than paying me back, next month, why don't we just pay me a little bit extra on the rent, maybe say an extra 50 quid a month for 8 months until it's all caught up. Yeah, lovely. Well, not only did she not pay any arrears, she didn't pay me any extra for the next couple of months, but also she still had the lifestyle that she normally has that particular month. She had people around, she was having parties, she was drinking. And I'm like, you can't help sitting there thinking, well, you got money for alcohol, but you haven't got money for rent. And I think that was probably the start of the downfall between us. So, but John, I'm convinced he was out to cause problems. Smith's Bees, there is a product called elbow grease. There is actually a product called elbow grease. When I was young, you know, elbow grease was an expression meaning get your back into it, but there is now actually a product called elbow grease, and I've never used it, but I am told it's good. So it's fluorescent yellow and cuts through grease great. Elbow grease is brilliant and cheap on Amazon. We get it from Poundland, a pound spray bottle. We'll look on Amazon. I can't go to Poundland. Did you know, Pencil Surprises, that you can actually order from Poundland online? So there you go. Definitely with John. Oh, and the phone bill. So people have a different opinion to me, but he racked up 150 something pounds worth of phone bill on my phone without asking me, ringing sex lines, right, which they were things like barely legal and stuff like that. Now, I actually don't have a problem with them. And, you know, a male, over 18-year-old male ringing up sex lines, that's normal, isn't it? That's the same as buying a pornography magazine. Not my cup of tea, but people do. The issue was I kind of forgave him for not asking me first. You know, if you're not paying the phone bill, make sure you have the phone bill payer's permission. But what I said to him was, I said, if that phone bill is paid before the bill is due, the direct debit goes out, no more will be said about it. And he moved out on the day the phone bill was due. So, and he kept telling me, I'll pay it. But, you know, if someone owes you a lot of money and they move out the day that you've said it's got to be paid by, you know they ain't paying it. But he did leave a load of his stuff behind, which so I have recouped some of the money. Okay, you on TV? I'm on TV. Pencil Surprises, yeah. Chloe did back you up after she found out what John did. Got to give her a due on that one. After she found out what John did. Yes, I'm with you, yes. No, I didn't. And is why I use Amazon. Yeah, no, I understand that. I mean, you said about your situation to me yesterday, and you did say off stream, so I won't explain it on stream. I don't know if you did it on stream or off, but it doesn't matter. It's not my place to tell. But if you're not able to leave the house, then I understand. I mean, I use Amazon a lot, and I can leave the house. Yeah, but I mean, at Poundland, you can do mail order on Poundland, which is quite useful. Right, I got a problem. I have got about 4 of these cheat sheets, and I can't find any of them. This is what happened. Oh, here we are. I found one. Not the one I was looking for. Oh no, here is the one I was looking for. So I was having a bit of a tidy up earlier on. Yes, I was having a tidy up, believe it or not. So yeah, U159. You know, I got spilt drills everywhere. I think all those drills that flicked everywhere I couldn't find. I think I've just found them all. I don't know if that won't be the last of them anyway, because I knew I had some more, but in case I run out, because I had some left over from another project. So we remember that what was it? 1-6. Oh, what was it? Oh, there was one of the drills I had. I can't remember now. It's one of them anyway. I was worried. There's no way I'd gone through. Was it 336? Yeah. So I thought there's no way I've gone through 16 bags. We reckon there's 4 bags in there, maybe 3 bags. But we were looking for any drills and I couldn't find them. So maybe I have used that many. But that's me panicking. You know what I'm like. I know there's enough drills there. But it just don't stop you from worrying, does it? Does anyone else do the same apart from me and Natasha? Oh, that'll never be enough. We're running low. Oh, could have used my... See, he's off now, isn't he? But when I pick him up, well, you don't want to know. Sod you then. You can stay in your corner then, hiding up. I don't care. At least Natasha's got... I'll say, I'm going to replace you with budgies. At least they make a noise. So now I'm talking to the R2-D2. I think that's just confirmed I am a nutter, hasn't it? Oh, that's really nice. So I don't know if you can see him there, but just little flecks of grey in there. I said please. Pencil Supplies says you need one of those desk hoover thingies. I've seen one on Amazon and I'm getting it. It's about £7. It's not much. It runs off batteries. It's about this big. And you just go, ooh, and then you open the top up and all. So even if you accidentally hoover up something that you wanted, because I deal with things like, there's the screws I use for my projects. So it's not uncommon for me to hoover up screws and things. You know, oh no, I needed that. So it's really handy. W415. I'm nearly finished. Finished much quicker. Is that all I've done? 2 hours now. I think that was really quick then. You know, I've said it before, haven't I? You get some days where you just you think you're working quick and you're like, oh, that's really not happening. And then other days you don't feel you've done much and you're like, oh, look at all that. 931. This is a darker blue. Right, so was I going to show something at the end of the stream, or was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? It was something Smith Speedy. But I am going to discuss something with you because I want your honest opinions on something, especially Smith Speeds. And especially Pencil Surprises, because if you're an experienced diamond painter, I really want your opinion. But don't panic. Don't panic. It's nothing major. 77777730772. Oops, didn't mean to do that much. Right. So I think I already know the answer to my question. So I'll try and get this in while I'm finishing it. I had a little bit of a concern that the photo was edited. And we blended the background in, we blurred it out to bring more attention to the coach. And what it's done is it's taken a bit of a chunk of the coach out. So where my pen is, that's actually the top, the outline of the coach. And I was a little bit worried that it's taken it away. Now, if I can find the original picture, you can see how it's done it, can't you? Look, it's basically taken that, it's the reflection. Now, there is actually a slight line there, but we were wondering whether to just modify some of that just to bring a little line in. And that's what I wanted to ask you, actually. What do you think? I actually looking at it and thinking, I think there's enough of a bit of a line. Maybe put some light, something like there was. Oh, I can't remember what the colour is now. There was one I just put in. It's like this one or this one's. I might just put a few more dots in. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that looks like there's a chunk missing out of the coach? Or do you think it looks like a reflection on the window? Let me finish these last few off. 3, 1, 2. Oh, shoot. Helps if I tip the old drills back before I tip the new ones in. So now I've either got to sit here for ages sorting these drills out, or I'm just going to have to chuck the lot, and I'm going to be really lazy. I'm just going to chuck them. Sorry, guys. So I know that's wasteful. Right. Tell you what, these shades of blue, there's hardly any difference between them until you put them all in. I know what that colour that is. That's the one colour I know without looking. That is 820. That symbol's quite hard to read because it's a black smaller than symbol on blue. So I just learnt to remember. Right. So what I'm thinking is if it needs modifying, there we go. That right. I panic every time. Let me know if it's good before I buy one. Are you going to share a song with us? No. No. I don't even sing in the shower these days. Let me send you a picture of what I've done since 10 a.m. Let's see what we've got. And Mike sent me a picture of elbow grease. Because is he such a low opinion in my cleaning that he doesn't think I know what elbow grease is? May look better if you can modify it. Modify it. I would bring it more level with the dark blue down towards where you just pointed to. So, okay, well, the idea I had, you look at this colour there, if I just dot a few in, just to give it a bit more of a definite outline, and then maybe we could chuck, say, a 161 in every now and again. So that's my theory. What do you reckon? So this one is U, which is 159. Whoops, I'll put that in. So if I put, say, a few of these in, if I get my ruler or something straight, work out where the outline of the coach is, put a few of those in, not a solid line, and then every so often put about 2 or 3 of these in just below it. What do you reckon? Because it's not a thick line. And that bit there is actually that bit that goes down by the looks of it. So I might want to just bring that grey down a little bit. What do you reckon to that? I'm thinking maybe take that one out. Ooh. That one and that one. Maybe that one. Didn't want both of those out. and maybe that one. Trying to keep it subtle, we can always add. This is my first ever attempt at modifying. It's a little bit more, doesn't it? Maybe if I chuck a darker one in there and maybe one there. I want two boats now, don't I? That's a bit better, isn't it? That's a lot better. Now I want a blue. Here you go. I'm going to pop a blue one in there underneath that. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that grey one out and move it down. And then put a blue one in above. That's a lot better. What do you reckon? And then I want to chuck in a couple of grey ones. Maybe there, there and there. Almost like I'm doing it semi-randomly. Just to define that bit coming down a little bit more. The edge of the window. So this grey is really quite subtle compared to the blue. There you go. Right, let's bring this up. Yeah, I like that. What do you guys think? Honest opinion. So Teresa's blending it. It just sounds, Teresa, get a Sharpie, use your ruler and draw a line. I didn't really want a solid line. I know there is a solid line there. But I think if we just do a subtle line, I think that will work just as well. I think we've made it now look less big chunk of bust missing and more reflection on the window, which is what it is. And obviously we've got that bit there. There should be a line coming there as well. Maybe if I bring that grey down and another one there. Do you know what? I like that. Right, so if I... no, let's just take those two out. We'll put a light blue. Oh, all these I've been worrying about, look. So if I put another light blue one there... That's what I love about these being double-sided tape. This isn't permanent. Then put that darker one there. Now, do you think that looks too high up? Swap these two round. I'm asking you the question and answering it myself anyway and just going ahead. You might just jump in now and go, no, that was fine. Right. Let's put that one there. Okay, I've lost it now. There it is. So I'm not using a really dark blue. I'm just using a very subtle blue. That's better, isn't it? Right. Thought the window area. Could you change the blue to a different shade as a block? I could, but that seems an awful lot of work. I think that works. Pencil Surprises thinks it works. So look, I'm going to ask both of you a simple question. If you got a custom and this is what it looked like, would you be happy or would you go, no, I must change it? I think it works. I think you know where the edge of the bus is. You can see that bit is the sky and that isn't. That's inside the bus and that's outside. So I'm happy with that. And maybe if they did the ABS, maybe I could put a couple of ABSs in there, a couple around the edges, 4 or 5. Do they do ABS in 3860? Because that could work, couldn't it? That could give it more of a shine because it is a reflection. I like it. I'm happy. So I've got a works and it's good. So I'll take that. So yeah, I mean, so we were a little bit worried. I didn't notice it on the proof. It didn't look awful on the proof. And I was just a little bit concerned, and I did say let's wait until we've actually done it. And what have I changed? About 5 or 6 drills. So would help if the drills didn't keep popping, wouldn't it? Stay. All right. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very happy. AB's in 3860 or something very simple. Oh, no, not 3860. Sorry, 3840 in this light blue colour. You know the colours anyway because I tried catching you out. Oh, I see what you've done there. Sorry, I just noticed you've given me another link, but this time with Amazon. Oh, they're big and chunky. They are, aren't they? Oh, I could get them by tomorrow at 1 o'clock. No. I'm going to get the Amazon ones, eBay ones. Sorry. I quite like those eBay ones. Right, so I'm going to switch the view over to me because that's all I can be bothered doing today. So that means you've got to put up with me drinking. Well, I'll tell you what, I am going to take a quick break. I'm going to make a quick coffee. Do you want a video? What should we have? Let's have that one. I'll be back in a couple. I'll be back in 1 minute 28.
Now, Sir Ivan, if you will press this switch over, when I say now, that will open our station. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
And tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Did I time that well? I didn't. Not too bad. I just had a quick look in the freezer. Guess what I've got for my tea? So I have got, because I forgot I bought them, I've got lasagna pie, which is the best of both worlds. You've got a pie with lasagna inside it. How awesome is that? With hash brown bites. I know it's not the best tea ever, but... And I knew it. Do you know what? I saw a tin of mushy peas in Iceland yesterday, and I thought, no, I've got nothing to go with them. And then now I've got lasagna, pie, and hash brown bites, and I could have had mushy peas with them. Never mind. Right. So, that's my diamond painting as it is at the moment. I am very, very happy. Very happy. I can't remember if I use a discount code on that, but full price for that is 44 quid. And I've not done half of it yet. So I think you would agree that's worth it, isn't it? I like that now. I do like it. But, there's so many little details in it. We're noticing... That drill is out. It's because I can't diamond paint, can I? Properly. There we go. Right. So, because there's only this much... that's more noticeable anyway, isn't it? Once you get the full lot done, I mean, look, there's the full picture. Can you notice the window? No, you can't. I mean, obviously, we're only going to get that much. But, by the time you got all that green in and the Flix bus and the headlights and that, it's, it's not, you wouldn't even notice that at all anyway. But I think that looks good. And that, I think it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. And, I did have at one point, I thought I could have took a better picture. At the time of taking the picture, I didn't intend for it to be a diamond painting. So imagine the pictures I've taken with the intention of them being diamond paintings. So, I'm really, really happy. So, what I'm going to be doing over the next however long is where I've done this with the squares coming up. Each of these squares is one ruler. And I intend to do the same there. So then we'll get that meat in the middle, which I'm probably going to have to do like that. And then there'll be a little strip. But what it means is the majority of my work on stream is going to be there, which is a nice, comfortable position for the camera, if I can get it right. And then what I can do is, instead of having one bit there and one bit up here, because it'll only be this area exposed, it means I can slide the diamond paint upwards more frequently. So we're always going to be working in this area. Well, majority, about 90% of the time, I'll be working in this area, which is nice for the camera. There may be occasions when I have to work on these corners, but majority of it will be somewhere in there. And I think for camera, I keep picking up stray drills, but I can't figure out where they come from. There's no gaps. There must be the odd drills that I've lost as I've been drilling. I'm happy with that now. Obviously, working out the angles and things has been a bit trickier, but it's not till you actually start working on it that you know. There you go, that's better, isn't it? Right. So pencil spices, it's really coming on. I need something to slow me. I mean, I'm hammering away at this because I'm off on holiday, and part of me, I've now ordered the next custom, so that if I get this finished within a month, I'll have something to start on. I don't know if I'll have it. How long have I been doing this? 2 to 3 weeks? Must be about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. I don't know. But obviously I've got a lot of time to work on this. Tomorrow and Wednesday, tomorrow and Thursday, there will be very, very little time spent on this because I'm going to be picking up 2 shifts. It's funny, I was talking about this to my boss today. I said, I am torn because my weekly wage is enough for me to manage on. So I don't need to, it's not like I need to do the overtime. I'm a lucky minority where I earn enough for my 40-hour week. I've had a discussion before about, there were some bus drivers that went out on strike and they said that they can hardly afford to feed their kids. And this guy was sort of, well, why not? And I said, the thing is, you're getting to a point this day and age. Let me change my camera as I'm chatting to you. We're getting to a day and age. When I was young, it was quite normal for one person to work and they would earn enough money to run the household. So, you had your nuclear family of husband, wife, 2.4 kids. Husband would go out to work and what he earns will run the house. And then by about the sort of 80s, 90s, 2000s, it sort of turned into a situation where a lot of families, both of them have to work. And now it's getting to a point where people can't manage on a 40-hour week. And I personally think that overtime should exist for Christmas is coming up. Your kids ask for an expensive Christmas present, bang some overtime in to get them something special. You got a holiday coming up, so you want to get a bit extra holiday money, that kind of thing. You shouldn't be doing overtime to make ends meet. And I'm one of the lucky few where I don't have to work overtime now. I earn a good wage. I work hard for it. I think I deserve it. I'm not being a bit big-headed or anything. But, the opportunity presents itself here for me to just earn a little bit extra money. It means I can get a few extra nicer things. Don't get me wrong. I have a budget. I can't just sit there and spend money all day and just everything's good. But, I can afford a few luxuries every week. But having a bit of overtime means I can afford a few extra luxuries, or I can get my new glasses a little bit cheaper, or I can get the TV that I've been after since Christmas a couple of weeks earlier. So, I'm gonna take that opportunity, and it's what am I going to be getting? About 500 quid for 2 days work. But right. So, YouTube update. Tomorrow is Tuesday. So tomorrow, 6 o'clock, the next issue of my Eddie Stobart comes out. I will be honest with you, there is nothing to do on there. It's one of those issues like issue 44 where you make you get the parts for a wheel, and then the following issue you get a tire and you make the wheel and put the tire on. So what I've done is it's pretty much a spoiler, and as I've explained on the video, by the time this video comes out, the issues that I'm talking about in future tense have already been released, and I already knew what I'd be getting anyway. So tomorrow's issue is pretty much a spoilers, but the next 4 weeks have arrived. And I did say the other day, normally I get them round about Friday or Saturday, and here I am sitting here on a Tuesday and I've got them. So maybe they're speeding it up slightly. Then the next week, the Monday, is the fire truck issue 46. I'm going to play this again because I absolutely love this. So if you weren't here at the beginning, if you were here at the beginning of the stream, I apologize. So I got so excited because it was a testing stage, and where is it? Right. So this is the fire truck where I'm up to. I just love it. Love it. Really, really happy with that. So one of the good things that seemed to happen with Agora models, like Agora's models, not someone else's models that Agora are doing, they do seem to have a testing stage. Like I said before, you do worry, like the Spitfire, for example, you put all these electronics in fairly early on, like issue 2 or 3, we did the engine, and you've got this propeller, you've got a motor in it. But you don't actually fit the motor until about, I don't know, issue 18. You don't get a chance to test it till about issue 90. And then if it goes wrong, you've got to go back 80 weeks. And it's really tough. And like I say, I've been really lucky. All of my builds, they've worked perfectly in terms of the electronics. I haven't finished the Spitfire yet. But all my builds, electronic-wise, have all been fine. Whether that's because I built them carefully or I've just been lucky with the parts. But as I say, I know people. I'm worried about the Spitfire because Horlicks, who is a very, very good builder, very careful, he had problems with the Spitfire. So if he has problems with something, you've got to expect problems. But this works fine. So pretty much the actual truck is done. We've just got to fit the cab, the seats back in, and then attach the actual exterior to the chassis. There's 2 more wheels to come. There might be a few little accessories to add on, fire extinguishers and axes and things like that. But from what I can see, all the work left, what is it, pack 7, 5 packs left to go. And all I can really see part-wise is the ladder. So that's either a lot of parts of the ladder or there's some parts I've not thought about that are coming. Right. So Pencil Spies said, gotta go. Gotta run, bro, on phone. So obviously I've missed you. So not bad. Just short of 3 hours today. That's a short show for me, isn't it? Right. So, bit of an update for you. I found out yesterday that this code Penny 15 is a one only code. However, if you put the code 10 new in, is it 10 new? Am I allowed to use that code? That will give you a 10% code off. So if you're going to make a little order, save that 15% discount for a bigger order. If you get yourself a couple of customs like I did yesterday, that could be quite a big saving. I think the order I put in was about £80. So even with a 10% off, it was a good saving. But obviously with the 15% being a one only, make it a good one. So again, thank you for Smith's Bees for making these streams possible, and thank you for your assistance. An awful lot of support, both on and off stream, I get from them, as I do from other people as well. But it's really nice when it's almost like I'm part of Smith's Bees, and Smith's Bees are part of this channel. And it, you know, we do a lot for each other. I think we do a lot for each other, but they do a lot for me. But it's one of those situations. I always say, if you're in a situation where if you calculate who owes who, you don't know what the answer is, you're in a good position. If you're sitting there going, well, I've done a lot more for them than they have for me, then you know, maybe it's not a good partnership. But yeah, who's done more for who? I don't know, you know. So that's a good position, isn't it? So, but yeah, you support us as well. But yeah, and Tasha. Yeah, I mean, I haven't. I'll be honest with you. I haven't helped Tasha because it's Tasha. I've helped Tasha when she's felt in need, and I'll do that with anybody. If someone needs help and I'm in a position to help, then I will. Like my neighbour the other day when she said, you know, she's been to hospital because she had a fall and she hurt a coccyx or something. and they were worried because that she broke her back or something a few years back, and she was in like a brace for about 9 months or something, and for many months she couldn't move a muscle, and she's only recently come out of it, and she's still technically healing. But yeah, I mean, they said, oh, we've been to the hospital, she's fine, but she's rung for a taxi. Well, because it being Saturday night, they couldn't get her a taxi for an hour. So she's rung me up and she said, oh, what are you doing? I said, I'm in bed. She went, oh, she goes, we're waiting for a taxi, but it won't be for an hour. I said, well, she's at the hospital. I said, I'll be there in 10 minutes. So, if you're in a position to help, I would. And I feel you warrant it. If she just went, yeah, we've been out for a night out and got drunk and couldn't be bothered, so we spent all my taxi money on drink, I'd probably just turn around and go, well, it's a long walk home then, isn't it? But yeah, there you go. Right. So Teresa says, yeah, same with us for Tasha. But then Tasha's been there for me as well. So it's not a one-way street with her, is it? I know she's just... Everybody has ups and downs with life. If you've known me more than about 2 or 3 years, I've had some low times and I've had some high times, and I'm happy to say I'm on a bit of a good time at the moment, and I'm just bracing myself for the next bad patch because I know it'll happen, because it happens with everybody. Thank you for the Facebook love, Natasha. I do appreciate it. I just noticed it come up. Sorry, I know it's probably done ages ago. But yeah, I know I'm on a good run at the moment, and it goes up and down, and that's why I'm on YouTube. It probably YouTube and stuff and my friends just helps keep that good times up a little bit longer. But yeah, as Teresa says, it's a case of we're there for each other, which is also why we have the Smiths Beads Facebook group. If you look up Facebook Smiths Beads, it's not just there to promote Smiths Beads, it's there as a community group. Which reminds me, I had an idea, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. I was thinking about setting up a Facebook group for Paint with Penny. Or Penny, sorry, it's been a long time since I've been Paint with Penny. For Penny's Pit Stop. Yes, I am copying someone else's idea. There is a lovely lady who does a weekly stream on a Tuesday, and she has a Facebook group, and everybody posts pictures of their hobby on there, and then she goes through the Facebook every week on her live stream. And the reason it came up is because you've got people like Mark Fit and I've forgotten your name, Pencil Surprises, have been sending me pictures of things that they've been doing. And I often see things and I think, wow, that's really nice. I'd like to show that off. And that would be the purpose of my group. Do you think that's a good idea? Bearing in mind that we've got the All About Crafting or Crafting with Friends or whatever the group's called. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. And Smiths Beads. Or should I just show off what's been going on in Smiths Beads? Or is that an off-stream discussion topic? I don't know. So, yeah, what do you think, guys? If we're all not. So, right. So, my next stream will be Friday. And then there will be a stream on Sunday. But I don't know if there'll be a stream on Saturday. As you may remember, I've got a friend. I've got to confirm she's still coming. But I've got a friend coming round on Friday night. I think I've called it something like Talking Shit and Crap with Lisa night. It's just a night where she had a bit of a tough time lately, and I think she just needs a friend. And I said, right, you come around on the Friday night, bring a bottle of wine. I'll have a couple of bottles of wine. We'll get drunk. We'll crash on the sofa or whatever. And then you can go home Saturday when you're clear to drive. So when exactly that will be on Saturday, or if my head will be in a state to stream, so I really don't know if that's going to go ahead. So there'll definitely be a start. I'll be up for it Friday because I'll have had 2 days at work, and I'm at the seems a good idea stage. Probably by Friday I'll be like, oh Jesus Christ, why on earth did I agree to do that stage? And I say there'll be one on Sunday. There won't be a stream on Monday. I just think it might come across as disrespectful if like I say, I'm not a royalist. I'm not a big royal supporter. I'm not anti-royal. But with it being the day of the Queen's funeral, I think it could come across as a little bit disrespectful. So I'm just probably going to sit here and watch TV all day because everything's shut now on Monday. Lidl's won't be open. So in all fairness, respect to them. So out of my week's holiday, I've got 2 streams left because the Tuesday I'm back at work. What am I doing on the Tuesday? You know, I almost feel guilty because everyone's going on at work about how the roads, they've got road closures. What is it today? Wednesday? What? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Let me just delete that because I'm not working that day. So I have my shifts put into my phone, and I delete shifts if I didn't do them. That way, if I ever get like, oh, what happened so and so, I'll just look back and go, yeah, I worked that day. So I'm back at work on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I've got the fun. So I won't be streaming again. I'll be streaming this Sunday, and my next stream will be the 26th. So that's a long time away. And it's most likely next time I do any diamond painting. So, yeah. Oh, I just had a notification pop up that it's my good friend's birthday today. So, hi, Mel. How are you? I know she's not watching, but just be nice to say hello to her. Right, guys. So, thank you for watching. And I will hope to catch you on, what did I say, Friday. So, take care, guys. I'm out. Bye.